G'day guys, welcome to episode 35 of Beyond the Finish Line podcast, the podcast for runners of every pace, every distance, and every goal. My name is Matt, aka Coach Matt. I am a 5-time Ironman, I think, marathon runner. It gets confusing, guys. This episode is in response to last week's trail running episode. It went really, really well, so we're going to talk all about ultra marathons, but before we get into ultramarathons, I need to introduce the other half of the podcast. She is a sub 4-hour marathon runner. She is a 5-time marathon runner. The numbers aren't coming to me today, guys. And she is pretty handy when it comes to social media content creating, working with some of the biggest brands in the country. Georgia, how are you, my darling?
I am so well, Matt. Thank you so much for asking. It's a Monday. I feel you there. The numbers do get confusing after a while when we're doing so many different races. It's like, what are we up to?
Yeah, just like episode 35, 5 of this, 7 of that. You're just like, I don't know. We've done a few. All right.
It's that meme of the lady with the chalkboard behind her and all the numbers.
Legit. Yeah, it's just all numbers flying at me. I'm like, we'll get it right.
Oh, good. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Just starting to ramp things up a little bit for ultramarathon training, which is, good timing for this episode. But yeah, everything's good.
Yeah, had a pretty, you had a smallish trail run on the weekend.
It's funny. So many. I posted on Instagram that I did 36 Ks, and so many people were like, "Oh, great effort," and then I just replied, "I'm only a third of the way there."
Yeah, I know. It's funny when you're actually thinking about the distance you've got to run. 36 is not that far, especially if you compare it to a regular marathon. That's just like a normal training run for you. So
legit, yeah. I was actually meant to run like 40 something, but I was just a little bit not feeling it, so I called it at 36.
Fair enough. It was hot. It was hot yesterday too, so.
Yeah, it's really, for me, it's just, this is Mickey Mouse weather. I absolutely love it.
That's your favourite word of the week this week is Mickey Mouse. Can you explain that to me?
When everything's good, when everything's just chef's kiss, it's Mickey Mouse.
Oh, so like everything's coming up Millhouse. It's like
everything's
that?
coming up Millhouse is Mickey Mouse, yeah.
Okay, because every time you've said it this week, I'm like, I feel like that's really good, but I've never heard someone say that before.
Oh yeah, if everything's Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse is never having a bad time. So if everything's Mickey Mouse, it's all good.
That's true. Hey, speaking of last week's episode, who's the idiot that went for a trail run on the weekend and didn't listen to her own advice?
Just like you hurt my existence sometimes, Georgia.
Oh, dear. So I have some explaining to do. I did promise everyone I'd go on a trail run. And so we used Matt's advice and we looked up a route on Strava. And so Nick found one down in La Perouse. It looked beautiful. And we were like, amazing. We had a run club that morning with a really good friend of ours, Anthony. And it ran a little bit longer than we thought. And then we had coffee and then we had like breakfast with friends. And then by the time we got out to the trail, it was like 11 o'clock or something. And I was like, oh man, because we took everything with us to the run club and then we were going to go straight to the trail. And I was like, I forgot my soft flasks. I took my vest, forgot the soft flask. And I was like, okay, well, it's only 7K. Surely we will be fine. So we get like 2Ks into the run and then we totally got lost because the map on Strava was just not mapping. It was not working. And so we didn't get lost. Like we were going out and coming back, so it was fine. But we just couldn't find the one that went out to the head. And we were like, if we double back on ourselves, then that's going to add an extra couple of kilometers to our run. We don't have water. So then we made the executive decision to be very smart and not go any further. So we turned around and went back after like 3Ks. And I was like, this is so embarrassing because I made a whole video on it. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. This is chaotic energy from me.
Do as I say, not as I do, right? Fair income.
Oh, dear. So funny. And I just was like, you know what? I was like, this is just really me at the moment. I'm all over the shop. I've just had a week.
I think it's okay to be all over the shop when you're not in your normal training routine.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you're going to be rogue, now's the time to be rogue.
Oh my God. I'm so rogue. Like, I think my brain is just absolutely just fried this last couple of weeks. Like I had a dinner on Saturday night and you're going to laugh at this. I accidentally turned up 45 minutes late But in my mind, I was 15 minutes early because I thought the dinner was at 6. So I just rolled in like, hey guys. And they're like, where the fuck have you been? And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, dinner was at 5. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And
In your defense, I like an early dinner, but 5's early.
5 is early, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, far out. Okay. And then when I got there, I thought it was a girls' dinner. So I just went alone. And it turns out all the partners were there. So I had to get Nick to get an Uber there.
Nick. Poor Nick. Nick, I'm feeling for you, bro.
Oh, and like I'm the person who's 15 minutes early to everything. So I was early in my mind, just not in everyone else's minds. Anyway, so that's my level of like chaoticness at the moment.
Like I said, I feel like that first, I don't know, maybe month post big event,
Yeah.
you just don't know what weighs up. Like, you're just trying to catch up on shit that you've neglected. You're trying to do extra things. You're just trying to... There's no routine. There's no structure. Everything's just flying at you. So I feel like you get like a 2 to 4 week leniency.
Oh, no, it's 2 weeks. And I've started this week fresh. And I'm like,
Okay.
That is it. No more chaoticness. But thank you for saying that because I feel a lot better.
Doesn't it make you feel... I don't even know what the right word is. It makes me feel useless because I'm like, how did I get all of this stuff done plus training 20 hours a week? And now I have this, obviously marathon's a little bit less, but like I have this time back and I'm getting less done and I'm more chaotic and I'm more like just all over the shop. That's the part that frustrates me.
Oh, me too. Because I'm like, how did I have it all together? And I had all these brand deals going on. So like to add it in, I was so busy, but I think my body is just like, oh, we're just going to shut down for a little bit.
Yeah. It's been actually interesting to see how many of the TPP athletes who you can almost set your watch to it, like get sick or get a little head cold or like just that week after marathons, like their body held everything together and then crossed that finish line, we fell apart.
Oh,
So,
yeah, no, this week is a fresh start. I've started a bit, I'm eating cleaner. I'm going to be really good. I'm like sick of feeling like shit, sick of like looking at myself and just being like, I'm not entirely happy with how I'm feeling. So I'm going to make all these changes myself. I've only got myself to be accountable for. So yeah, but yeah, it's just, anyway, it feels good to have a fresh start this week because it's been
Diet
2
starts
weeks and that's enough.
yeah. Sometimes, you just need to draw that line in the sand and be like, you know what, I got to get my shit together.
Yeah, I had to. I was like, this is it. It's enough. Georgia, pull it together. You need to like make the bed in the morning. You need to do a tidy up, like just get it together. So we're on. And I made a video this morning just being like, what should I, because you and I were talking, Matt, about goals. And funnily enough, I'd already planned to do this video this morning. So it tied in very nicely. But I was asking everyone what I should do as my next like event or goal or whatever. And so many people said I should do a trail run. I think maybe
last week's episode banged, mate. Like I think it's only second to sub 4.
Come on, guys. Mine has to be.
People are vibing the trail running.
I know. I think everyone's just so shocked that I'm even considering it at this point.
Yeah. Okay. The city girl.
After Sunday, though, they
bush.
might go, maybe don't do a trail run, Georgia.
I think you... what was the first thing I said? I said you need to prepare. You need to know where you're going.
Well, we did. Like, we had the map up and everything, and we marked where the car was, and we're like, okay, we're going to go out here. But we literally just couldn't find the trail after a certain point. It was like, where do we go? And then we went the way we thought we were supposed to go, and then we ended up back at the car, and we're like, we did something wrong. Poor
Also,
Nick.
if you had water, you would have just been able to keep running.
Yeah, if we had water, we would have just turned around back to where we came from and then worked out where the trail was properly. Yeah. But hey, what do you do? Shit happens.
Like, on Sunday, I was jogging along and like my trail's like 30 kilometers sort of from point A to it's out and back.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to get some extra distance. So I was just jogging along and I just saw like a left-hand turn. I was like, I'm just going to run down there, see where it goes.
God.
And I don't know, I probably ran like 4 or 5 Ks down there and I was just cruising along and I was like, oh, this is fun. I'll just turn around and come back now. But I had water and I had electrolytes, I had food.
Yeah.
Like I was right as rain. So
I didn't realize, like, you know, even for a 7-kilometer trail run, which for me, if I'm doing 7, it's nothing. And I just like, it's actually a lot longer than I think. And anyway.
What did I say? If you're going to go do a run, it could easily double in time. Literally, you know what you should do? You should go listen to episode 34 of Beyond the Finish Line podcast hosted by Matt and Georgia. And you'd have all the information you need about trail running, about how to start trail running, how to do your first trail run. It'd be really helpful.
The funny
I
thing
recommend you listen to it.
is I've already listened to the episode, so I'd be listening again. I love listening to episodes. I'm so sick in the head.
I listen to them while I edit them at double speed, and that's it.
Oh my God, no way. I love it because I'm like, oh, need to improve there. Oh, fix that, change this, love that.
I lived it, mate. I don't need to.
Yeah.
I don't need to listen to it.
You
I lived it.
No, I blank out. I'm like, I forgot what we even talked about.
Oh, so many times, like Sam or you will message me and be like, "That was really good what you spoke about." I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
What do we say?
Remember when you spoke about this topic or this question? I was like, nah, not a thing. I was like, I probably could guess what I said, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, gosh, I know. Sometimes it is a bit like that. Even the other day I said to you, I was like, oh, I feel like we're getting like so comfortable with each other now. The banter was so good. And you're like, I didn't remember what we said.
I think it's hard for you and I as well because, I don't know, the podcast is probably the least amount we talk to one another in a day.
Yeah.
Like, you and I probably share 50 to 100 texts a day, like every day. So
I know, we're so strange.
It's hard to differentiate what we said on the pod and what's a voice note and what's a text. And yeah.
Literally, I think we've already sent each other like 10 voice notes today, like 15 messages. There's a video in there.
Comfortably, yeah.
Oh dear. Any highs and lows for the week?
High for this week is... I'm going to do a personal high because I've done a lot of business highs lately, even though the business is just crushing it. Performance project's out of control at the moment.
Nah, give us some personal ones.
I would say I finally feel like I am getting aerobically fit, which is a very nice feeling for me. There's some metrics that I look for, like when my zone 2 is starting to kick in, and I'm starting to hit like Ironman-esque, like zone 2 Ironman-esque numbers, which is really good considering I have done, in terms of focus of training, it has been very minimal.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I love that. Any lows?
No. What's there to be low about, mate? Everything's good. I get to go trail running and work a lot. Life's good.
Yeah, life's good. I'm glad. I'm so glad.
I would ask you, Georgia, but you just sort of went through it. Do you have anything else?
Anything else? No. Life's really good. Really good. Yeah, it's really nice just reflecting on the last couple of months and being like, oh, I'm just going to sit in my accomplishments of myself. And I guess it's, as you were talking to me this morning about, my goals and stuff. And it's nice to put in some goals that aren't races and just some fun things to do. It's such amazing weather here at the moment. So my last few runs have just been like, oh, this is so amazing. I'm really loving it.
How good's it been with the sun out?
It's so good. And even this morning I was like, oh, it's a bit hot. I was like, it was 17 degrees. It wasn't even that hot. But that's it. No lows besides me being chaotic. But other than that, no lows. Life's good.
Happy days.
Happy days.
What was I going to say? Just on the goals thing, I do think it's important and for a lot of our listeners who came off Sydney Marathon, you don't have to go into the next big race. You do not have to go into the next big thing. It's okay to be like, you know what, my goal is to just run for fun or run for fitness, or I want to do run club for a couple of months. Like you don't have to be on this treadmill of next goal, next goal, next goal. It doesn't need to be this never ending performance-based metric. Yeah,
I agree. And I want to encourage everyone who has just run Sydney Marathon, or if they've finished, a big goal or a big race that they've had, is just to sit in the accomplishment and really enjoy the hard work, because it's so easy just to move on to the next thing. And especially even with life, like, you jump from promotion to promotion, or you get married, you have kids, you do all these things. And I think we forget to sit back and really remember that at one point in our life, we really wanted to be in the moment that we're in now. And so just, enjoy that, enjoy the moment. And that's what I'm doing at the moment, is I'm just enjoying being where I am. I'm not going to rush to the next thing. It's important just to, cruise for a bit.
One of the quotes I have on my wall is, it says, you've already achieved things that you said would make you happy. And that's, so like, we always set a goal and you're like, when I go and run that sub 4 hour marathon, I'm going to be happy. When I complete the sub 10 hour Ironman, I'm going to be happy. When I do my first marathon, first Ironman, I'm going to be happy. And then you do that, and then straight away you're on to the next. Straight away you're like, okay, how do I get better? How do I do this? Yeah. And then you're like, rather than just be like, hey, a year ago you said that was all that mattered and that's all that you focused on. And now you've done that and you just pushed it to the side like it was nothing. So I think it's really important to, like what George said, sit in the accomplishment and just be like, a year ago that wasn't possible. And like, I went and did it. So
Yeah.
take the time to appreciate yourselves.
Totally. And, even just for me, like, I just look back at where I was 3 or 4 years ago, like so unhappy with myself, and I was so unfit and all these things. And I never would have thought, if you had to go back and, like, I know it's cliche, but if you actually had have gone back and said to myself, you're going to run 5 marathons, I would have literally been like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So do that. Like, write down all the things you've achieved in the last 6, 12, 18 months, 3 years, whatever it is. And it's so easy for us to see online all these people doing like crazy things all the time, like back-to-back marathons and ultra marathons, and then they're doing high rocks and all these things. You don't always have to be that person as well. Just, I think we all need to enjoy the moment we're in, like you said. And I love that quote. I'm going to put that on our Instagram as well for you guys. Can save it.
Glad I could help. Content machine.
Content machine. Yeah. Love it. Now, let's get into ultra marathons, because that scares the absolute shit out of me. But it seems to be the one thing so many people kept saying to me this morning on my post about what I should do next. And it got me thinking, it's like, is ultra the next thing beyond a marathon? Like, you've ticked off your marathon goal. Should people be looking at, ultra marathons, or do they look at doing other things, or what's the progression there? Like, tell me how that works.
I think, number one, it's important to define what an ultramarathon is.
Yes.
But I will say before that, just ultramarathons aren't for everyone. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's the next progression. It just appeals to a certain group of people. Like, some people in the triathlon space, they will do Olympics and really love that. But like an Ironman has no interest to them. So it's not, that jump in distance and that jump in physicality is not for everyone. But what is an ultramarathon? Let's define terms, because I actually saw in your comments that people were commenting, say, like UTA 22.
Yes.
And that would be, that would not be considered an ultramarathon.
No, I wouldn't think so either.
No.
But
So UTA is Ultra Trails Australia. So that's probably where the confusion comes from. Like that Ultra Trail Australia is like the governing body. Like they're the company that hosts it. So like Ironman hosts Ironman events, UTA hosts Ultra Trail events. An ultra marathon is anything over 42.2 kilometers.
Yeah.
So just because it's hosted by Ultra Trail and it's 22 kilometers does not make it an ultra marathon. It's just part of the Ultra Trail network. Yeah.
I guess it's a bit like how people are like, oh, I'm here for the Sydney Marathon weekend. Like, Sydney Marathon is the brand, but they also host like a 10K, a 5K, all these
exactly
different things.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
So I did notice that people saying ultra marathon and then 22K. I'm like, oh. It's not their fault. It's like they're literally confusing. The brand. Yeah, confusing. Literally says Ultra Trail Australia 22 kilometers. So like, if you don't know anything about it, then yeah, that makes sense. But it's anything over a normal marathon. Yeah,
it's a bit like how people say, I'm doing an Ironman 70.3.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like Ironman's the brand. So yes, you are technically doing an Ironman, but you're just doing the half version, which is the same as the 22. It's the half of the ultra.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And then like obviously the more experienced people get, like, say for myself, I would never say I'm doing an Ironman 70.3. I just say I'm doing a 70.3. Yeah. And like ultra runners would just be like, I'm doing the 22 or the half. Like, actually, they probably wouldn't even say half. They'd say 22. So yeah, that's just an experience thing as well.
Yeah, love that. And so what are the different types of ultras? Because I know you said last week that that ultra, like trail running, they tend to not obviously go by the traditional distances. Mm-hmm. Are there kind of a few different distances that are traditional in, I guess, in air quotes, like, you do a 50 or a 58, like what's the distances you normally see at races?
I don't know how new the 50K is. I feel like that is newer. Okay. The traditional ones are the 100 and the 100 miles. So they're like the two foundational races. I feel like there was always something slightly longer than a marathon, whether that was exactly 50, not 100% sure. Mm-hmm. Might have been somewhere between, let's call it 45 and 60. There was always something in there, whether it's just become 50 now because it's more marketable.
Yeah.
Not sure. But the 100K and the 100 mile were always like the foundational events.
So in saying that, is the 50 technically the half and the 22 is the quarter?
That's why I said ultra runners probably wouldn't call a 22 a half. They'd be like, I'll do the 22. So yeah, a 50 would be considered a half distance.
It's like I'm doing the quarter, the quarter ultra.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I'm just trying to think. Yeah, that'd be, it's like a 10K. So yeah, it is like a quarter. It's so funny.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, of the 100K, yeah.
Yeah, of the 100. Oh, my God. Yuck. And so you're doing the COSI 100 for anyone who is new here and just jumping on for this episode. Mm-hmm. Matt is doing the Kosciuszko 100, which is it's New South Wales, isn't it? Yeah, it's New South Wales, the highest point in New South Wales.
I'm pretty sure is it ACT technically? I'm
no,
not sure.
because it's near Jindabyne, right? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's New South Wales.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, it's the highest point in Australia regardless, so.
Yeah. So, so where does it actually start down that way? Like, where do they start it?
So the 100K starts in Perisher. Like, so if anyone's gone down skiing, literally where that main ski lift is at the front, we start right there.
Wow.
And then the 100 miler starts in Jindabyne town.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I always holidayed in Jindabyne as a kid, but I can't imagine ever running 100 miles.
All those ski slopes you came flying down, we're hiking up them. Yeah.
Look, if they gave me a pass to go up and down the lifts for the day, I'd do that. I could get content up on the lift. Like, of you running.
The ski lifts are running. Like, they run all summer.
Do they? I thought they closed them down.
For mountain bikes, they put the bike racks on the back and you can take the mountain bikes up.
Fun. Okay,
So
cool.
we've gone mountain bike riding down there a whole bunch.
So, amazing. So you're doing COSI 100. How long until, when is that?
November 27th or something like that, 28th.
Okay, so you've still got a while. And so you run... I'm just jumping ahead a little bit. Talk me through like your training at the moment, because this is really interesting to me because I've never trained for that, obviously. I've never done one. You did 36 on the weekend. What is going to be your longest long run?
Probably nothing over 50.
Okay.
It's very different in terms of training, especially when you start getting to those distances, because it comes down to absorbability and like recoverability. So, Georgia, you've run 36 kilometers. You've done one of my signature workouts countless times. Imagine running that and then imagine doing double that and then how you would feel on Monday. Like, just, you'd be buckled. Like, the chances of you even being able to train by Wednesday or Thursday is so minimal. So the way we break it down, especially at the Performance Project, is we look at total volume over 24 hours. So we would we'd build our Sunday long run up to that somewhere between 40 and 50 kilometers. And then we'd start building our Saturday run up. So start with 10 to 15, 15 to 21, 21 to 30, until we're probably doing anywhere between a half marathon to sort of 30, 35 Ks on the Saturday, and then that long run on the Sunday. So you're sort of getting anywhere from 60 to 80 Ks in 24 hours.
Oh my God. You used to make me do like 15 on a Saturday and then my long run on a Sunday, and I thought that was bad.
Also very different because like road running's tough. Road running hurts. Trail running is definitely, like we spoke about last week, it's a lot more forgiving. It still hurts. Like I'm in not rough shape today, but like it took me a little while to get going. Yeah. But yeah, it's nothing compared to road running. Also the paces, it's not as aggressive. It's just different.
Different. Okay, cool. And so what else are you doing during the week? Are you on the trails, like you said, just on the weekends, or what are you doing during the week?
So Monday, never miss a Monday. Same as our marathon
Everyone
runners.
Else.
So every Monday, we somewhere between 40 minutes and an hour, just depending. Tuesday is, I'm still doing a lot of cycling, so because I'm still trying to keep Ironman fit and coming back from a rotator cuff injury. So VO2 day, so that's double VO2, VO2 on the bike, VO2 run. Wednesday is double run day, so we'll probably do 60 to 90 minutes fasted. So try and knock out somewhere between 15 and 18 Ks fasted. And then in the afternoon, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, again, just nice and aerobic. Thursday is a power day, so a lot of low cadence work on the bike, so really, really strong, high resistance, spinning the pedals over very, very slowly. And then we'll partner that with some either hill reps or an elevation session. Friday is probably just, again, something pretty aerobic, pretty chill. And then Saturday at the moment has been either a bike or a rest day. That'll change after next weekend. We'll start building up those 2 long sessions.
Yep.
And then Sunday long run.
Oh my gosh, what a week.
It's a lot, yeah.
It is
and
a
this
lot.
is the strange thing is like it feels like nothing compared to Ironman training. It feels like I have so much time.
Oh, I was going to say, what's the difference? Like, I know obviously you're swimming when you're doing Ironman and stuff, but like, is it wildly different or quite similar in terms of effort?
Right now, run volume's about the same. It's probably like 80 Ks a week.
Yeah.
But the run volume will get significantly higher. I'm hoping to get to sort of 140, 150 Ks a week. Yeah, so that'll be...
It's like a visceral reaction. It just came out of me.
That'll be a big couple of weeks for peaking. And then the big one's the time, like driving to the pool, driving back. Bike rides, like there's no 5-hour bike ride, 6-hour bike ride. So, I mean, I did 4 hours on the trail yesterday, so there's still long sessions, but RPE it's still hard training. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just time is so much different. Ironman's very, you're trying to do the minimal to get the most bang for your buck. So it's not easy, but like, because there is so much of so many different things, you're just like constantly going. With running, it's a bit more up and down. Okay,
amazing. So that's what a week in the life of someone training for 100-kilometer trail run.
Mm-hmm.
What if someone has kind of done a few trail run races? They've obviously been running trails for a while. Mm-hmm. How does someone decide whether or not they're going to do an ultra? Meaning maybe the 100K. I think the 50 is a bit of a different story.
Yeah.
Maybe they've already done a 50 before. Because I feel
Even
like ultra's big.
Yeah. I mean, even if you've done just like, let's say a road marathon or a 50K, just we'll make that the threshold. Unfortunately, there's no real in-between step.
No.
You just go from 50 to 100, which, I mean, some races have like a 50 mile, which is about 80 Ks. Okay. But they're kind of few and far between in Australia. Honestly, you just sort of got to pull the pin. It's like when you first decide to do your first marathon. Maybe like you haven't trained at all and you're like, okay, I'm going to train for a marathon. That it's kind of that gap. I will say any multiple time marathon runners will understand this. Then the second marathon or the third marathon you sign up for, you understand that the going from 0 to 21 takes quite a long time, but 21 to 42 is actually a relatively quick process.
Yeah.
Like if you compare the two. Same with when we do a 50 to 100K. So like 0 to 50 probably takes a little while, but if you can run 50Ks, the chances are you got a pretty good aerobic base, you're pretty strong, you understand running. 50 to 100 isn't it's bigger than the marathon, but it's not as big as you would think. So if you can handle that sort of run volume of 80 to 100 Ks a week as a minimum, then you'd be able to train up for 100 Ks.
It's so wild because it's literally double. Like I just can't, I can't get over it.
But like think about for a half marathon to a full marathon, you probably run 60-ish Ks for a half marathon a week. Give or take.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
The answer to that is yes, Georgia.
I can't remember when I trained for my first half. So long ago.
It's about 50 to 60 Ks. And when you train for the full marathon, it sits at about 80. Yeah. So it's about, I don't know, what's that, 50% more?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, so true. The same ratios just apply. It's just a lot further distance.
A bigger ratio. Just way bigger. Yeah. Oh gosh. And I completely blanked on what I was going to ask you then. But actually, so if you're out on the trails, how for this ultra, obviously you're on the trails. How?
Well, there are road ultras.
Okay.
There is the Great Ocean Road Ultra. I think that's like 70 or 80 Ks, and it's just all road running.
I didn't know that.
There are a few double marathons kicking about. They don't really market themselves as ultras though, so that's kind of hard to find. If you typed in ultra marathon road running, I don't know if they would show up. I know like Great Ocean Road is around 80. I coached someone to do that last year. I know there's a few double marathons kicking about, but they don't really like, for whatever reason, they don't like the term ultra. Maybe ultra is just people instantly associate trails. Not sure.
Probably, because I do.
That probably is the answer, but there are like road ones as well, but it's pretty brutal running 80 Ks on the road.
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, so my question kind of is, how long are you stopping at all the aid stations for? Because every time I've seen someone doing an ultra and stuff, they're kind of sitting on a chair, they're changing their shoes, they might be like eating a cup of noodles. Not that that's wrong. I'm just curious how long you're actually at the aid stations for.
Yeah, so it really depends on the race. 50 Ks would be very, very similar to a marathon, just running in. You just change your flasks over and away you'd go.
Yeah.
As we start getting up to the 100K, 100 mile, or then we get into multi-day events, so like say 250 miles, 387 kilometers, which sort of goes for 4 days.
Yeah.
Obviously, the aid stations get longer and longer and longer. But let's just keep it to 100 and 100 mile for now. Realistically, trying to get through them as quick as possible. But you also need to balance out, you need real food. When we start talking about longer than 12 to 15 hours of consistent running, just the muscular breakdown is so different.
Yeah, you can't have gels for that.
Correct. You can sort of run on gels in between, but like when you get to aid stations, you want to have options. Even things like salt and vinegar chips, noodles, anything that's really, really salty that has some form of, I guess, starch to sort of like, what's the right word? Congeal in your stomach. I know that doesn't sound great.
Take up more volume as well.
Take up more volume, but like to sort of stop all that sloshing around yourself. If you're having liquids and gels and you've got to run a lot, like it's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
And then when you get real, real deep, I haven't been to this level yet, but when you get to real deep, then it might be like changing your shoes, changing your socks, retaping your feet.
Yeah.
You just might be cooked and you might need to sit down for 10 minutes before you go again. So it really just depends. But I'd say the first 50-ish Ks, they're pretty quick aid stations.
Okay, that's interesting. Because, I've always wondered how long you guys sit around for. Like, is it, I don't know, 10 minutes, half an hour?
I mean, some people have full sleeps. Like some people have a 20-minute kip and then go again. Especially in the 100 milers where they're running for maybe 30 hours or something.
Yeah.
They might have a swag set up in the back of the ute and just have a kip for 20 minutes and get up and go again. That's not uncommon. Some people just fall asleep on the track. That's actually what scares me about...
Sorry?
This is what scares me about doing 100 miles. Last year at the Backyard Ultra that I did, and we'll talk about Backyard Ultras in a second, I was running, might have been like 2 o'clock in the morning, and there was a guy standing up against a tree, completely upright, staring at me, and he was asleep with his eyes open. And I was like, "Hey, dude, are you all right?" And I saw him like wake up, like jolt, and he was staring at me and goes, "Dude, I thought you were a rabbit." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "You look like a 6-foot rabbit." And I was like, "Whoa." And he was just, such a bad way. It was pissing down rain, and he was just deep in the hurt locker. And I was like, holy shit, I don't know if I can hurt like that guy.
Oh my God. So what did you do in that situation? Did you keep running? Did you give him something? What do you, like?
No, he's on his own, mate. Hooroo. That's what he signed up for. That's his race. That's part of it.
But like... was he safe? Is he alive?
That's not uncommon. Like falling asleep on the track, falling asleep standing up, hallucinating. That is all part of like, I'd say 100-mile plus races.
But like, are they checking in on people? Like, oh, this person hasn't come back. We need to go find him.
Oh yeah, you've got tags and everything on you. Yeah,
GPS tags. Okay. Yeah. So like, even if he was there for a couple of hours, someone would have come and found him.
I don't know what the actual time is for them to come and look for you. Probably if you haven't checked in for a few hours and you haven't moved, they'll probably come get you. But like, I wouldn't say there's someone just sitting there watching you waiting. Like,
so, dude, if you're listening to this, please tell us that you're alive.
Yeah, shout out, dude. He did Ironwood Ultramarathon 2024, and you had a red shirt and red hat on.
Oh my God. And he thought you were a rabbit.
6 foot rabbit.
So random.
Yeah. Anyway, that like, I don't want to say it traumatized me, but like it definitely made me think like, I think I can hurt. I think I can go to the dark place about as good as anyone.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, I don't know if I can do that.
No, that's enough to put me off. Like,
I mean, I'm definitely going to do one.
Yeah.
But when
that was for the miler?
For the miler, correct.
Yeah. Yuck.
Yeah. It scares me. It honestly terrifies. It's the only endurance event on the planet that terrifies me.
Which is so interesting. You said that last week. And I thought about it for a bit and I was like, that's a lot for you to be scared.
Yeah, it's not like I don't think I can do it. It's like I'm legitimately scared of the event. Like I'm just like, I don't know if I can hurt the way I need to do it.
Yeah, far out. Not for me. Anyway.
Yeah,
for you, and I love that for you.
yeah. The miler is different. The mile, once you get over 24 hours continuous running,
yeah,
it's next level.
Okay, no thanks. Anyway, moving on. What else do we need to know about ultra trail running? What is it you wanted to share? Yeah. No, sorry.
Oh yeah. I actually noticed in the DMs someone said, "Has Matt ever done a backyard ultra?" And Georgia replied and said he actually did one last week, and technically, incorrect.
Okay, so I think I said not last week. I said not long ago.
Not long ago, whatever it was. But you said I did one recently.
I feel like what you did was kind of a backyard ultra.
Kind of yes. Technically, no. So This is a little deviation. So what we did was what we'd call a backyard format, where you go, it's a 7-kilometer loop, right? And that's probably the only thing that lines up with a backyard ultra.
Yeah.
What a backyard ultra is 6.7 kilometers every hour on the hour until you drop.
Yeah.
So there's no time limit. There is no, there's no finish line. It's just you keep going. Ours was just 24 hours and it was just team relay. Yeah. So from outsider looking in, yes, you're correct. But like if we're being technical, the backyard ultra, and that's something I probably want to do next year or the year after.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Are you going to do it?
Yeah, but if I want to do it, I'm going to win. Like, I want to go.
Don't they run for like 8 days though?
It depends on the one you pick. But like,
okay.
I don't think I'm not ready to race at like Sydney Backyard Ultra or King of the Hill or anything like that. I would pick a more medium one just to like, because that'd be my first one. But like, I'm fully prepared to run 200 plus kilometers over a few days.
Yuck.
But yeah, that's like, if I'm going, I want to go and like, I don't want to go and just run. I don't want to say just, but if I can run 100k in a race, I don't want to go to a backyard ultra and run 100ks. I want to I want to go. So, and I think that'll be my launching stone into doing a miler.
I mean, technically, you could just do a miler in the backyard ultra, couldn't you?
No, but you get a rest.
Oh, you don't. Okay, right. You don't count it because you rested.
Yeah, it's not continuous. Yeah. So like, if you finish your lap in 45 minutes, you get 15 minutes rest before the bell goes again.
Yeah. And so what?
And normally they're a lot flatter. The miler's pretty like elevation heavy.
Okay. Because sometimes where do they do, like, where's the one you want to do?
I haven't picked one yet.
Okay. Oh God, it's like I'm like trying to.
It's a whole different world. It's a whole different world. Yeah.
I've seen the one. I don't know if this is all of them, but they have the like cattle tags.
Yep.
Is that all of them?
That's Dead Cow Gully. No, that's Dead Cow Gully. That's in Queensland. I got offered tickets to that for next year. They were trying to headhunt me, but I was like, I'm not ready to do it. That's a big boy race. That's what I would consider a big boy race. Like, I'm not ready to do a big boy race. Not ready. Okay. I'm just a wee little boy. I can't do it.
Can't do it. Wow, guys, you heard it here first. Matt is.
There are some real savages out there. Now, if they want to fucking swim, bike, run me, I'm more than happy to get on the start line with just about any of them. But when I'm going into their world, they deserve the respect because they have done a lot more work than I have.
Yeah, right. God, I don't even know how you just to train for that. You'd just be running crazy stuff every day.
It's
How do you even train for that?
It's a good question. I'd need to actually like sit down and I haven't worked out ultra last man standing to that level. I've trained a few guys who do ultra last man standing and they've run between 100 and 150 Ks and like that was well above what they wanted to achieve. Once you start getting north of 150, I don't know if it just comes down to it's probably more strategy than everything. It's probably more your recoverability. It's your ability to get back. You probably need a huge zone 2 base so you're not exerting yourself. And you can get back in somewhere between 40 and 45 minutes. So when we think about 7Ks in 42 minutes, that's 6-minute pace, something like that. Which isn't a lot, but you need to think about it 100 so Ks into a race. And then you need to be able to get back, sleep for 5 or 10 minutes. All the best guys in the world have like swag set up and they will sleep for 5 minutes, which doesn't sound like anything, but all of them say a 5-minute sleep is just game changing. Courtney Dauwalter, she's probably the most famous ultra runner in the world, especially female ultra runner in the world. She won the Moab Bigfoot 200. So that's a 208-mile race. She won it by over 8 hours, over double. I think it was like just over a marathon. And her pacer was running with her. She ran so hard that she went blind in one eye for 3 days or something. And then she said, I only want to sleep for 1 minute. Let me sleep for 1 minute. And he goes, okay, I'll start my watch. She laid down in the dirt, slept for 1 minute, and she said it was like she slept for 2 days. She just got up and was like, I'm good to go, and took off, and then did like the home 40 or 50 Ks. So like whatever's in this like micro sleeping, apparently it just, you must be so sleep deprived that anything is just like steroids basically.
If anyone's watching this on YouTube, I am so, like, my face should say it all. I am so shocked. That is wild.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I guess you'd have to be... Sorry.
I was going to say, if anyone is interested in the Courtney Dauwalter story, listen to her on Joe Rogan. She does a really, really good job of telling it. She's a special kind of human.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was just going to say, like, you'd have to be so exhausted because, like, I don't think I could even try and have a nap for 15 minutes. But if you haven't slept in 24 hours, like, you'd be able to fall asleep so quick.
She's probably like 2.5 days in at that point too. So, and she was saying like she had full REM cycles, like dreams, like vivid dreams that felt like they went for hours. Like, yeah, so she must have just been so sleep deprived that her body just went bang, did the thing, and then she woke up and she was like, you let me sleep. She said to her pacer, you let me sleep for too long. Like, I've been here for 20 minutes. Like, no, it's been 1 minute. Like, my timer hasn't even gone off on my watch.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How do you get up and go after that? Like, I feel like you've had a sleep. It'd be hard to...
Well, that's what she said. She said she woke up and felt $1 million. She's like, good to go. And then she went and won by 8 hours or something.
Oh my gosh. I'm definitely going to have to listen to that episode of Joe Rogan.
Yeah, she's a special breed. She's so cool. She'll be like, I just eat nachos and eat lollies. Like, that's her diet. She's a unique cat.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it definitely would have to take a special breed of person to be able to do something like that. That is just, I cannot even imagine. It's crazy. It is definitely a different sport to road running. It's so wildly different. And like, you see those guys who like run across different continents and stuff like that, and they're, you know, running for 8 days straight and horrendous. Yeah,
again, it's just like it's interesting how I think people categorize trail running as a subcategory of running, but I think trail running is just its own category altogether. I think people think it goes running, road running, trail running, where I think it's actually like a completely separate tree, so to speak.
Yeah. And look, not trying to take away from these people that do these incredible races. It just blows my mind that people can do that sort of stuff. It's far out.
Yeah, but also to answer, I hope that also answered your question without directly answering about
Yeah.
is it the next progression, going back right to the start. So that's like you just got to understand it. Like it's just not for everyone. Like it just draws to a certain person. So hopefully, like all of these little insights and whatnot. And obviously, I'll give you guys a big insight after the 100K.
Yeah.
But I haven't run that far yet, so I don't know what it's going to be like.
Okay, well, that kind of answers one of our listener questions, which I'm going to just do right now. So, Aisha has asked, how long do you need to train for an ultra, and how do you know if you're ready to sign up for one? Like, how many weeks to train for one?
Yeah, depending on where you are right now. Like if you could roll out of bed and run a marathon, not like a hard marathon, but just cover 42.2 kilometers aerobically, I'd give myself 12 to 15 weeks.
Okay.
I think that's pretty reasonable. The only outlier to that would be if you've done absolutely zero trail running. I'd maybe give myself a few extra weeks just to get accustomed to things.
Yep.
If you are starting from absolute scratch, Jesus, you're in for a rough one. Like honestly, it'd be a year. Like I would just train for a year. Like if you want to do it properly, you could obviously just bullshit your way through, and it would suck. But if you actually want to go and enjoy it and feel strong all the way through, and you're starting from, zero to a half marathon, we'll say anywhere in there is basically zero in the scheme of 100Ks or 100 miles. Yeah, give yourself a year.
Okay. So for someone like me who's done, a couple marathons, you would say like 15, 16 weeks or something?
Yeah.
If I wanted to do a 50?
Oh, 50. Yeah. Yeah, 12 weeks should be fine.
Okay. And then if I was like, I'm going to do 100, would you be like, maybe?
The only caveat to it the only additional caveat is time that you can dedicate to training. So if you can only dedicate, let's say, marathon time, say you can't do anything longer than that, the time horizon gets longer for what you can do. But if you're like, okay, I can train whatever, then that 12 to 15 weeks is about right.
Okay, good to know. Aisha, if you have any other questions, please let us know. We can, obviously, might be able to have a look at what you're actually doing and give you a bit of a more detailed answer. What is it you used to say all the time, Matt, when you're like, you need more information?
It's nuanced.
It's nuanced. Someone once said to me, they were like, every time Matt says that, I in my mind, I take a shot.
It's a great drinking game.
You haven't said it in a while.
I feel like people get it now. I actually had to explain to someone the other day. They said they disagreed with what I said, and I was like, oh, well, I have to give a generalized answer. I have to cater to a large audience. I am not catering to your answer, to your specific thing. And they're like, oh, I didn't think about that. And I'm like, that's why it's nuanced. Yeah.
Do you remember what it was that they didn't agree with? Was too many DMs ago?
Yeah, it was probably 6 months ago now.
Oh, too many. That's fine.
Yeah.
There's a few. We get a few of people saying, they need more clarity or they don't really agree with something or, which is fine. And then, by the time you usually explain it, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, true.
Yeah. I think people, they take what I say not as a generalized recommendation. They take it as a prescription. And there's some things that are just black and white. Yes, do this. No, don't do that. And then there are some things where it's like, hey, like you're coming off reconstructed Achilles, so it's probably not okay to do VO2 sessions. Like there are some things where I need more information to make it a little bit more specific. So if you guys do listen to questions, the more information you give me, the better I can actually give you a really detailed answer. If you give me generalized information, you will get a generalized answer.
That's good to know. And yes, definitely. And then meanwhile, I'm trying to decipher the question to write it down for the podcast.
Yeah, George is tweaking words and pulling things out and sending second and third messages to get context. And
we try our best to actually give you guys the best answer. So as Matt said, if you do give us all of the important information, we can help you more.
Absolutely.
So Liam has asked, how do you decide what mandatory gear is worth splurging on versus what's fine to go with cheap?
That's a really good one. So race vest, fork out on the race vest. Get yourself Solomon. Don't muck around with anything else. Unless there's any brands that want to sponsor me, get yourself Solomon.
I have a Solomon as well, and I love it. It's so
Yeah.
much better than those Amazon kind of ones. But
Yeah.
obviously, if you're just using it daily, it's fine. There's
Oh, yeah,
nothing
if
wrong
you're
with
just
them.
if you're just going hitting the trails for a 10K, the Amazon ones are fine. Ones from Anaconda, they're always on special. But if you're going to go for hours and hours, you want something that's comfortable on you. For me, Solomon's the best. 8 or 12 liter. If you're thinking about doing 100K and potentially over, even probably 50K, I would, especially for the boys, I would go 12 liter. Girls could probably get away with an 8 liter vest for a 50. If you go into the 100, get a 12 liter.
Just really quickly, liter wise, when you're talking, that's what's on the back of the vest.
Like the size of the pack.
The pack at the back, yeah, because you've got
So
to
you know how
take
they
so much mandatory
measure
gear.
backpacks in liters for whatever reason, and suitcases in liters, exact same thing.
Yeah, only just because obviously some of them come with water flasks. Just in case anyone was like, that's a lot of water. No, it's the back.
Size the back, yeah.
Okay.
And then if you are doing the longer events where there's a chance at running at night, you want a really good head torch. So anything over 1,000, I can't remember I think it's IMs, IUs. No, they got like a different one.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever it is, whatever the measurement is, you want over 1,000. And you always just want a backup light. You can get a cheap backup light. If you're doing a race that requires poles, or you think it will require poles, Lexi's a really good brand. They're about $400, but they're collapsible. They're carbon fiber. I would highly recommend forking out on good poles. And then, obviously, the biggest one, shoes. Like having probably two to three really, really good pairs of shoes and socks that you can rotate in and out of, especially over 100K or 100-mile race.
Now tell me, Matt, do you wear performance socks on the trails?
No.
Still cotton socks?
Whatever's on special at Kmart.
So this is where Matt doesn't splurge, it's on socks.
But there's nothing wrong with my Kmart socks. What have I got on now? Oh, I've got on pure socks at the moment. To be fair, they were gifted. Yeah. Do you know the only pair of? There's only two sets of quote unquote fancy socks that I have. I'm not going to call them performance socks because there's nothing performance about them. I have
dear.
No, tell me how they improve performance. Go on, Georgia. Enlighten
I'm
me.
not
Are they
getting
weight
into
saving?
this.
Are they aerodynamic? Do they give you more traction? No, nothing.
I'm not even going to get into this.
Yeah,
I
because
can't.
again, Matt is correct.
Sure, you believe that. You continue to believe that, my friend, and we will both run in our own socks.
We will.
So you got two pairs. Tell me.
2 pairs of socks. I bought a set of 3 Under Armour socks. They're like I don't know, like quarter length socks. They are the most comfortable socks. They are so comfortable. And then I also have a pair of hole-proof Explorers for my boots.
For my boots. So
I got a new pair of boots the other day. I'm very excited about them.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I actually thought you got those Asics ones. Have you seen those?
No.
Oh, Asics
The
brought
Asics
out.
do work boots.
They did work boots.
Shout out Asics.
What are you doing with work boots, Matt?
I wear my boots everywhere. They're that's what I wear every day. Like I wear
Like
steel
work
caps.
boots?
I wear my
Why?
steel cap. Just like doing shit around the yard and like
Oh.
walk down to the shops or whatever. I just
Why
wear
do you need
boots.
steel cap boots for the shops?
Well, like to be fair, you just buy boots. Like boots just come steel capped.
Right. So they're like wearing a pair of Timberlands for you, but they're just actually functional.
Yeah, they're functional. Like what? I can do everything in them. Why would I not wear boots? I wear cowboy boots. I've got dress boots.
Stop it.
What?
I got cowboy boots. I got dress boots.
I do, yeah. I wear boots. I either wear boots or pluggers 98% of the time that I'm not training or I'm barefoot.
And for our overseas listeners, do you want to explain what pluggers are?
I probably can't say thongs, can I? They won't know what that is.
Flip-flops.
Flip-flops, sandals, friggin'... I don't know, guys. Just Havanas, Havies, whatever you...
In New Zealand, they call them jandals, I think.
Jandals, yeah. New Zealand fix it up. They also call vanilla slice, what are they, custard squares.
Yeah, that's what I know them by, but that's fine. I know vanilla slice now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you've is that everything you think that is mandatory that you should spend that little bit extra on?
And thermals. If you're doing a cold race, thermals are really, really important. Get merino wool ones. Pay the little bit extra. Do not get the poly blends. Get the merino wool. The reason we're going to get merino wool is when you sweat, it actually dries. Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know that, see, we know that from like all of our camo gear is made in like merino wool. And then you buy the poly blends in it. You just get freezing cold in them. So fork out on that.
What about like an outer shell?
You have to take a space blanket as mandatory. You also have to take a fleece. So if you've got thermals, a fleece, and a space blanket, you're probably going to be pretty set. Like if you're in a situation where you need the space blanket as well, like you're probably not going to be moving either, so you'll probably be all right.
Yeah, and I guess like if it's going to rain, then that way you would then look at packing one.
Yeah, raincoats and spray jackets and things. That's probably more race climate specific. I mean, just buy whatever from Rebel. Like, I don't think you're going to get much better or worse.
Okay, cool. I feel like that's everything. Amazing. So Sarah has asked, what's the trick to carrying enough fuel and water without feeling like you're having to carry a camping pack?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's a great question.
Yeah. So I guess one thing that's really different, and I guess guys, just for context, we'll probably keep this as 100k to 100 miler. For 50ks, it's the same but less. So in ultra marathons, you normally have a support crew. So you will have your partner, friends, whoever, and they will actually drive aid station to aid station. It's not just like a table set up. There's a couple situations where it's a table where they can't get cars to, but more often than not, you can have your full kit set up. That's what I was saying before. People have a swag set up in the back of their ute. Realistically, you got to do a lot of course prep. So for me, I know our longest gap between aid stations is for Cozzy is 17 kilometers. For the one I'm doing next weekend or 2 weekends time is I think it's like 25 or 26 kilometers in between aid stations. So actually that one's going to be tough because we can't get cars in on that one. But tomato. You just want to know the gap and you want to have your crew prepped. So you're like, hey, I'm going to take some extra fuel because this is the longest gap. When I get in, this is aid station 1 fuel, and you'll have your flask set up. You'll have your food labeled as like, you might just write, aid station 1, and that'll all be in one pack. Yeah. And then you'll change everything out, run to the next aid station, and then even if you have half a flask of fuel or whatever, you just pull everything off. They just put fresh stuff in, so you just know that you've got enough you're prepared to go from aid station to aid station. You do not want to be like, no, I got half in this. You get halfway along and you're like, I'm out of fuel. So it's just always, every aid station, complete change out of everything.
Okay, cool. So you're only carrying what you need for what's in between the aid stations. So you're really not carrying that much.
For fueling, you're not. Obviously, you've got to carry all your mandatory gear all the time, because that's why you have it, in case something goes wrong in between those gaps.
Yeah.
And that's quite a lot. But in terms of fueling, it is just the essentials.
Yeah.
And you want to keep that as minimal as possible.
Sounds like what I packed for my first marathon.
I mean, to be fair, it's probably not far off.
God, I had some stuff in that thing. Okay, cool. So you're really not... you can you have like a whole crew with you, so they help you pick things. So you're really not finding that you're having to fumble with stuff.
No, there are definitely people who do it solo. It's just even UTA like say, hey, at least get one person who can drive aid station. So realistically, you should have a crew, a team. If I do 100 miler for the at some point, I will recruit Georgia down to do a live podcast while we're doing it.
Fun.
Yeah, it'll be heaps good. I could check in at aid stations, just to watch my mental health deteriorate as we go through.
Matt's on at the end and he's like, hi, welcome to the Bunny Podcast. I'm the 6 Foot Bunny. So when you're doing a 50K, you have to carry all your fuel with you. But I guess some of the aid stations have like oranges and stuff, don't they?
So all of the aid stations are set up as a traditional aid station as well. So there is cups of water, pretzel. We probably get a little bit more real food than what you would in the marathon. But there are gels, there's lollies, there's chips, there's gels, there's electrolytes. So there is quite like an array of things. But most people, like we spoke about at the start, like you are trying to... Ultra marathon running is all about mitigating the muscle breakdown. So like the more protein you can get in, fats you can get in, the better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Gosh.
It's a whole, like I say, it's a whole different world.
I love that you're like, it's probably a bit different to normal marathons. Like, mate, we're lucky if we get gels every 10Ks.
But again, let me rephrase that. It's the same principle as marathon aid stations.
No one's giving us oranges. I want oranges on a marathon.
If you're runner 33,000 out of 35 in Sydney and there's no gels left, like that's just... I don't know what you're like. Yeah, you can't. There's nothing you can do about that. But ultra marathon running, there might be 2,000 people there or something. So it's a little bit different.
I know, and like road runners are greedy. They take like 6 gels.
Mate, I'll never forget my first Ironman. I was running through doing the marathon, and all the gels were gone. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then I was like, got to the finish line. I was yelling to someone. He's like, "Mate, I grabbed 30 gels." I'm like, "What do you mean you grabbed 30 gels?" And he like
Where
opened up.
Put it.
So we've got the pockets in like the back of our tri-suits, and it was just loaded. And he was like, "I paid $1,000 for this race entry. I'm getting $1,000 worth of gels." And he was just like shocked. And I was like, "Bruh, there are people out there who are going to be running for another 6 hours, and you've just taken all of their food." And he's like, "I don't give a fuck." And I was like, "You're a bad human."
Oh my God. Here I was feeling bad at the Nike After Dark for taking 2 gels, not 1.
People like literally go in and grab handfuls and just shove them in. Yeah. They're $5 a gel. I mean, I get it, but also...
They're Morton, aren't they?
Yeah, Morton's...
Yeah.
Oh, it's Precision now, but it was Morton.
Yeah, they were Morton on the Nike one too, and I was like, "Oh, I'm grabbing one more."
Yeah.
Ooh,
they're $5
watch
a
out.
gel. Yeah, if you grab 10 of them, you just made $50. So
yeah, true.
how good.
All right, amazing. Is there anything else you want to add, Matt, to ultra trail running?
If anyone is thinking about doing an ultra or getting into trail running, please message me. It's my favorite sport in the world. I love it more than I do Ironman. It's like, in terms of pure happiness while training, it is my absolute best. So if you have any questions, if you're thinking about doing it, you're a little bit scared, a little bit nervous, you don't know where to start, just message me. I'll help you. I'll get you started. The more people we get doing the sport, the better.
Matt loves a good yap.
I love a yarn.
Love a yarn. All right, guys, make sure you head over to Instagram and follow us Beyond the Finish Line _pod, and over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, download, leave a review. This is super helpful for us. If you could please leave a review, we would be very grateful. We read some of your reviews this week and we love them. Shout out to the person who said they love our Aussie accent, which is so fun. This was episode 35. Thank you so much for listening.
Hooroo.
Bye.